Okay guys, good evening. Welcome back to Virtual Pool 4 Online, and we're here for yet another first round match in this year's VP4 10 Ball Masters Championship, and it's going to be between winkatme, who's just arrived in the lobby, and spectredawn, and we are going to go live in about 5 minutes as far as the match goes, and it's one of it's one of the Clash of the Titans, the big guns in Virtual Pool 4. We've got another couple of matches as well in the pipeline. And what I'll do is I'll have a quick look at the bracket, see if I can remember. Let's have a look from top to bottom. We've got Moz against Legit Matthews for, I think that's tomorrow night. And as we go further down, good evening. I know that Twitch is working fine. YouTube is a bit of a mystery to me. And tomorrow night at 6 PM we've got another big match. We'll have that one for you. That's between Keith from Northern Ireland and Semi Pro from England. And then tonight we have the match between not tonight. I think that's next Saturday at 2 PM. I might be wrong, somebody can correct me on that. I think it's next Saturday, and that's between Cobra and Bedhead. I should be there for that one. And as we go further down, we can see Interchange X and Real Poland Power to play. That's more likely to happen in the middle of the night, and I won't probably get it because the two guys live in the States. Mooncake goes through to play Chiku. Sergaresh is already through, having beaten River City 14-12. And then the match that we have tonight between winkatme and spectredawn, and then I think that is about it as far as, oh no, there's another one. We've got that match between Christian and Niederrad. That's tomorrow as well at 8 PM, and that covers all of the bracket fixtures that are already in place. Well, there's certainly no chat coming through from YouTube because I've tested it for the last hour, and I was doing some tests on live stream earlier on today, and I actually had YouTube working for live streaming, and now I've tested the chat through Restream and it's not working, so I give up. They keep messing around with things, trying to make things better, and it just makes it more confusing for me. So if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So what I'll do is remember that whenever the match is finished, I go to Twitch and I transfer the file from Twitch to YouTube, so that it's going to be archived on YouTube anyway. So if anybody asks how did the match go between winkatme and spectredawn, then you can tell them it's up in the YouTube channel. That's where it will remain. We'll get that transferred over. I done that for the one that we had last night, although it probably really wasn't worth doing it. We've yet to see some really good quality, but we should be getting that tonight. We've got players with enough talent to be able to do that and provide that for us, and that's what we're expecting. So good evening to everybody, welcome aboard. I hope the audio is okay, and if you're hearing a buzzing in your ears, remember it's probably tinnitus. Now I can feel something breathing down my neck. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me in a minute or two. We'll soon find out. I can feel warm breath from somewhere. Bloody annoying. So what have we got? We've got about 30 seconds, 45 seconds before the room goes up. I'm assuming both players are still here because I can't see there's spectredawn. I can see him. Well, I don't know what it is, but you guys can tell me in a minute. And winkatme was there, but I don't see him now unless he's right at the top. Where is he? Is he in there? Yes, he is. I can see him now. I think he's in having a quick warm up. He'll need to be quick because the room's about to go up. Right. There we go, the room is up. I think my cloth's blue. Yes it is, so we're in first. We're waiting on both players to arrive. And we'll get set for the lag. So again, I'm probably preaching to the converted. It's 10 ball, it's a lag for break, and then it's winner breaks, and it's a called shot game. All banks and combos should be called. No jump queues, I think that covers it, and it's a race to 14. Good evening. I told you about that hot breath in my neck. I still don't know what it is. Well, winkatme's arrived. I've got hundreds of pictures on this what do you call it, VCam, literally hundreds that are all free, so you can put loads of weird backgrounds on it. I just happened to stumble across that one. So winkatme has won the lag, and a ball has gone. Now what one went? The 4 ball. Shot in the 1, 2 over the corner. He's going to have to get back up for that 3. The 5 ball is on. The 6 ball is on. And the problem, now if we just look ahead, let's check my little doodle. If we look ahead, this shot in the 5, when he pots that, if he gets the shot right and breaks the 10 and the 9, he may well finish on that 6 ball. That's provided he gets the angle to do it, but of course he doesn't have the angle to get a good pot in the 3, so he's playing safe. But whoever gets to that position, that's probably what they're going to end up having to do. It's a question of whether they can get the angle. If the angle is there in the 5 ball, they can go across or come out and leave a high cut. It's weird. It's going to be a weird one to actually fix that, or to fix it to get on that 6 ball. I don't think there's any pictures of Asian women. Mind you, as I say, there's literally hundreds of pictures. Well, that's changed it, because we've got the break in the 9 and the 10. And now the crucial shot. It's a big distance to travel to get onto this 8 ball. Lots of work to do here. Big draw. Has he overcooked it? Yes, he has. So he can only play the little push. Oh, he's overhit that. That's not what he planned. He's left spectredawn a chance here. Now he'll miss the scratch in the right middle, he'll be okay. That's the thing I never checked. I can never remember where winkatme's from. Where the hell is he from, or she from? Canada. So that thing. Well, it's going to have to be the thin cut or the bank. Now once this ball goes in, just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go and look at the, well, it hasn't gone in, but it should be now, so it will be winkatme for the first rack. I'm going to have a quick look at YouTube, because earlier on, as I said, when I was testing some streams, it was working in YouTube, but the chat wasn't coming through when I tested Restream a minute ago before we started. Just give me 2 seconds. Right, I can confirm one thing, that I am streaming live on YouTube. So are you actually watching? You're actually watching the live stream. Let me post that link. Oh my shit, I better not. I'm going to tab to the lobby. Hang on a sec. I don't want to post this in the room. And get this damn thing to work. Hang on a sec. Right. I don't know whether that tab will work for anybody. I've left it in the lobby, but I don't know whether it will work. But as I say, yeah, I think there's a problem in communication between Restream, who mix up the chat so that we can see it on the screen. But I know the live stream's working, but I cannot for the life of me get chat to come through. So it's probably a technical problem their end, and as long as Twitch and Facebook's working, Stub's bound to fall in at some point during the match. Right, we'll forget about YouTube chat. Well, it's difficult to say who you'd put down as a favourite for this. I think they're very evenly matched, these two. Bank was called, in goes the one. Well, he's going to have to call another one, or an extremely thin cut in the two, but just looking to play safe. Is that not what I said earlier on? You know, a lot of guys are not paying any attention to or they're not even aware of what length of time the shot clock is, so they then panic into playing a shot. It's always probably a good idea to familiarise yourself with the actual tournament settings, so that you know exactly what's going on and what's available to you. 8 ball called, and that's a nice little shot. It's going to be a long one off this though, not much you can do. Well, he's trying to pinch it and get the draw up the table to get on the three. Is that the 2 ball up there? What ball is it? No, it's a 3 he's on now. Well, let's have a quick look. Yes, it goes. It's a toughie though. Yeah, as soon as you go to the draws, it ain't going in. Now, can spectredawn punish the error? Well, that'll do it. Got the 4 ball going in the right direction, doesn't need to do anything to get on the 5. The only worry I would have is that he needs to be potting the 5 without hitting that 7 ball. Well, he's dead straight, so he's just going to roll it as soft as he can, leave the angle on the 6. He's going a bit straight. He's going to have to punch it. Now, just a quick mention, if there's anybody out there watching this on YouTube and type in chat and wondering that there's nothing coming on, then if you'd rather join my Twitch channel, that will get you working. I don't know what the problem is with YouTube. There is an issue, I think it's a restream issue, but the live stream is working on YouTube, so if you don't want to chat then you can stay where you are, but if you want to get involved in the chat then just go to Twitch and type in 9ball.com in the search window at the top, and that'll find my channel and you can join in. You're more than welcome. So we're on one Iraq all, race to 14. Yeah, I'm just watching. Yeah, I mean my head would fit right inside that lion's mouth. Now let's have a quick look at this 7 ball. That's the problem. When you can't get to the potting angle and that is too tight to the 8. So there's going to have to be something to disturb this. But even before he gets there, he has to find a way to get a shot in the 5, because it's more than likely going to be, well, I would have thought a 5-9 combo, and that's what it's going to be. Good evening, Linus, and I need to apologise to you because when I looked at the analytics thing on the stream the other night there, I didn't even notice you were in the stream until I saw that you'd been chatting in the stream the other night. So my apologies for ignoring you. Welcome back. So this is, well, I don't think he's got there on the 6 either. Nope, he ain't got there. Well, winkatme is going to have work to do even if he gets a shot in this 6 ball. Now the cross bank is on for this 6. I'm surprised. Well, I was thinking there why spectredawn hasn't called it. There's always a choice of the thing about the cross bank is if you hit it at the right pace and it doesn't go in, it'll see he's got a double kiss. But if you hit it and didn't pot it, there's always a chance it finishes on that top rail anyway and it ends up being safe. But he was unlucky, he got the double kiss there. But winkatme is looking at this 7 and it doesn't matter how often he looks at it, it's only going to pop from behind the 8 ball up into that top left hand corner. It ain't going into this corner. Now I say it ain't going in. If he somehow finished there, he could maybe thin cut it, but I mean that's asking a lot. He's convinced he can get it. My eyes say it can't. Oh, it will now. My eyes are terrible. Oh, give up. That was the only place it would pop from, so well done in that score. So this straight in 10 ball will give winkatme the lead. And we're waiting on the first break and run, which is, as we found out, it's a bit of a tall order in 10 ball. It is not as easy as it seems to be. And this is an example because balls are getting in the way here. Well, he can hit it full in the face between the 2 and the 6. Well, that's going to squirt out for the cut into the middle. And the 2 is on, the 3 is on. Well, everything's on here. Now, spectredawn should be running out. He most certainly should be. He can drop through in the 3 ball, take the 4 into the right middle, leave the 5 into the bottom left. I think the problem is going to be from the 5 to the 6 and then the 6 back down to the 7. But there's plenty of room on this right side. Well, maybe not now that we look at it from here, but you can pot the 7, but it's a bit awkward, isn't it? That looked a lot more room when you look from the camera at this end of the table, but when you look from behind it, there's not much room at all. Oh dear. Well, spectredawn has made the error, and is winkatme going to get a 2-rack gap here? He's got work to do it, but it would certainly punish spectredawn for his mistake. Oh, well, he's took the risk there, and that's worked out perfect. The only problem is he's stuck to the rail, but I think he's got an angle, a slight angle, but he can get down past the 8 ball. Well, he's going to leave it at distance. Always a danger leaving it distance, because it makes it a wee bit more difficult to be as accurate and getting a good position on this 8 ball, so that you can come down for the 10. And there we go, commentator's curse again. Got to get closer to the object ball, because the further away you are, the more you start having to do things with the cue ball, and at a distance you're going to push it offline. Now I'm assuming that spectredawn played a safety there. I can't believe he missed that 7 ball by that much. The bank called. Oh, he's calling the corner pocket now. Now, what pocket did he call there? That top left one as we look, or did he go back to the middle? Is he sure he's called the right pocket here? Because I saw that change twice there. Well, he chose the cut. Well, this time spectredawn should take this out to square the match. Right, just confirm, you guys, it's spectredawn that's at the table, isn't it? In case I'm out of sync. And it's spectredawn about to pot the 10 ball for 2 racks all. Yeah, right, that's fine. Thank God for that. I thought I was all over the place there. Well, every ball bar the 10 ball wanted to go at the top half of the table. Look at the state of that. The 3 ball managed to escape, but what a mess at the top of the table. There's certainly loads of hiding places up there, so this could end up in a bit of a tactical battle here. Well, easy enough to kick the one, but it's the usual thing, can you get it safe? Now again, just a reminder, spectredawn's played a kick shot there, and I think it's a big mistake by any player if you do not call a pocket. No matter where it is, call a pocket, because you never know when you're playing a kick. So the missed call, and of course with the missed call, spectredawn didn't like the table, so he's passed the shot back to winkatme, giving him a go to get out the snooker. I see winkatme called the ball there, but spectredawn needs to get into the habit of that, and I think it's the fact that he plays it mostly 9 ball, but he's going to have to get that into his head that when you're playing a kick, call a pocket. and just cover your back, because it's at some point, at some time, and it could be a crucial time, it could be a big error if you don't, and lo and behold the ball goes into a pocket. You don't want to fall foul of that one. You end up looking a bit of a numpty. Where's this cue ball ending up? I think he's okay. Well, he's gone square, but he can still cut this. But the problem's the 4 not going past the 8 ball, I don't think. Well, he's done his best to get there, but I think he's going to have to call the 8 instead. Yep. And this is the problem, where the 4 ball ends up. It looks as if it's going to end up over by the 9. Yep. And now a very thin one, and try and just cover that 4. Can he squeeze it between the 7 and the 9? If he can, he might get cover here. There is a gap just to push it, and if he plays it with the right weight like that, he should hopefully have half decent cover. Well, he hasn't got it fully, but that will do. 10. Let's, yeah, I know 10. I've already explained that. YouTube is working as far as a live stream goes, but it, well, I presume you're not even listening to the stream then, or you'd have heard that. YouTube is working, but there's a problem with the communication for the chat between YouTube and Restream, because they collate all the 3 chat messages from Facebook, YouTube and Twitch, and then they appear on the screen, or on my screen. And I know that everything else is working, but I can't fathom what the problem is. I think it's a technical issue with Restream, and I've given up on it. I spent an hour at it earlier on, finally got the streaming to work on YouTube, because I did 2 or 3 tests on it, but when I tested just before I went live there, I was typing test. It was coming up on Twitch, but it wasn't coming up on YouTube, so I gave up. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Anybody who's watching this, who stumbled across this stream on YouTube, and if you want to participate in the chat, give up on YouTube and go to Twitch and type in 9ball.com. That's the number 9, not the letters, and it will find my channel, and you can then take part in the chat if you wish. But back to more important matters. It's spectredawn who's going to take the lead here, I think, for the first time. Maybe I'm wrong, I can't remember who won the first rack. I think it was winkatme won the first rack. Now, 2 ball has gone. It's going to be a 1-3-9 combo, I think. Looks like it from here. Oh, a 1 straight through to the 9. Well, that's scuppered that up. Now you can only roll to the 1. Now the problem here is if he hits this hard, he's going to go into the pocket probably. The other problem is when he hits it soft, is that winkatme probably put him in a lot of trouble. Well, he's going to try and knock it in one way or another. Well, ball in hand, sorry, missed call. It'll be, no, it is a foul. I'm getting confused here. I've got this YouTube going through my head. Well, it was never really a shot that was on to get that one bolt. Well, it's all about when somebody finally makes a move and gets that 2-rack advantage, because that'll then mean that the match is going to open up one way or another. Where's the cue ball? Oh, just off the point. Always remember, look at where that 10 ball is and see how easy it is to get out of line on this 10 ball. I mean, the shot is just to get over to that right middle pocket somewhere. Well, he's looking to get on it as good as he can, and he couldn't have played it much better than that. That will do, going around the angles rather than just going off one rail. But it does give Winkatme the rack, and we're back all square, back to 3 racks all. Two ball, thought about it, then went in. Let's look at that 6 ball. Well, that goes because you can cheat the pocket in that one, no problem. If you can get on it good, that's always going to be the issue. If you get on it bad, like somewhere there, you could possibly play the billiard onto the 10. But Winkatme's got no shot in the 3. Is he going to try and squeeze in behind that 6 and 10? That's the plan, and it looks, oh, he just didn't get a wee bit of spin on it. That wee bit of spin would have put him in there, it would have locked him up. Well, it's locked up pretty good at the moment looking at that 3. This is a room that you don't tend to see too often in tournaments, the Monte Carlo room, which is the normal room where the default table for this room is the Carom table, or the 3 cushion billiard table, or the 1 cushion billiard table, or the straight rail billiard table, depending on what your fancy is. That 6 ball, yeah, not a problem. Where's this cue ball ending up? I think he's okay. Oh dear, the yawning started. Oh, he's gone a bit straight. To me, it's just a good draw, maybe with a wee bit of bottom and left hand English here, just to squirt across. He didn't get quite a lot on it. Yeah, the HUD isn't showing. We can easily fix that. That's just because I went to the camera. See, the HUD periodically will come back now and again. That's definitely a bug. Steve is aware of it now. I've told him 100 times. But the thing is, if you look at the key mapping, to force show the HUD, you just hit the right mouse button. So if I can get it to disappear again, usually if I hold the Y button, I'm holding the Y button at the moment to give me this alternate camera view. and sometimes if I hold it for a wee while and then let go, the HUD's, yeah, see, I've let go of the button now, and not only has the camera stuck in this position, which it shouldn't do, but the HUD has disappeared. But if I just right click the mouse like that, your HUD comes back no problem, and the camera resets itself. It's weird, but winkatme's back in the lead, 4 racks to 3 now. Is he going to get a ball, and is he going to have a shot? And I think the answer to that is no. But it's spectredawn that's got the shot. There's nothing more annoying than getting a pretty decent break, landing up on a ball, this case the 1 ball, but no ball going in, and giving your opponent a chance. Well, spectredawn is going to have to get over to this right hand side or find a gap. Has he gone far enough this time? I think he has, and the 4 goes past the 7, no bother. I suppose there's always that little bit of pressure on whoever's trailing, you know, to divvy up and actually keep themselves in touch. But you know, spectredawn knows he has to run this table, and this is going to be another tester. This is not easy. He's too close to the rail, so he's limited in what he can do with the cue ball. And whenever you start trying to do things, you're taking a wee bit more liberty, and the mistakes happen. But he's got away with it. That's all you can ask. I'm assuming Tin doesn't know how to get onto my Twitch channel. And then I'm also assuming that he never heard what I was saying anyway. So spectredawn almost home. Just these 4 balls. Oh well, it wiped its feet. There's going to be something happen at some point. It's just a matter of patience, waiting on it happening. Good evening. So we're back all square once again. Oh, Tin. Twitch won't let me comment on Twitch when not following you for at least... Well, follow me then. That's why you follow me. Then it'll allow you to do it. I haven't changed any settings or anything like that on it. Well, refresh the stream then. I suppose Tin not commenting for 30 minutes isn't a bad thing though. Right, I'm going to shut down this chat in case you start talking dirty to me. So welcome everybody, welcome to the latecomers. can't get an angle to kick this. He can't get it from the left hand side, so he's going to maybe try and massey around the 10. Now if you hit this too hard like that, the spin doesn't take effect. You have to hit it slower and let the spin react. So it's giving Winkatme the ball in hand. Oh well, I'm sure he would want to play that again, because I think he's made a right duff up on that safety there, has he? Has he got the cover? No, let's have a look. No, he hasn't. He can get to that, can he? Oh, I'm looking at it. I think he can get past that 4. Yeah. So that was a poor shot by Winkatme there. And I think he's gone too far again, has he? Oh well, he can't make the potting angle, but if he puts a little bit of right on it, can he punch it around the angles and hold the cue ball? Well, that'll do it. The end result is good. Now if you get a chance, guys, well, I'll have a look at the bracket again at the end of the match, but in case you don't know, there's another big, that'll be a missed call, won't it? Or did he? Yeah, it will be. It's a foul. Anyway, there is another big match lined up, and I've totally forgotten what time it starts, but it's between Keith from Northern Ireland and Semi Pro. I think it's on Saturday, or is it? Oh, somebody will need to look. I mean, I could look at it just now, but I don't want to keep tabbing backward and forward. But anyway, that match is lined up, and I should be able to get it. What day? That's right, Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. What day? I'm forgetting what day of the week it is. This is still Monday, isn't it? Yeah, because I've got my last day tomorrow and then my 2 days off. So the 9 ball called. Not a bad attempt, but we're probably going to have a 4-10 called here. There's a fair bit of distance. Yeah, I'll have that, not a problem. I'll be there for that one. YouTube will still be broken, probably. That's never going to be easy, but it's gone safe again. Now can he cut this so that, I don't think he can cut it so it can miss the 10. Well, he's actually made not a bad effort at it, but it's on for Winkatme. Now can he get on the 6 though? Well, Semi-Pro's best chance. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Semi-Pro is well capable of building up a lead, but Keith's got too much upstairs for these games to let himself get caught out, I would think. Now that's assuming that he's got his monitor fixed this time, because that's the problem this time, not the PC. in the race to 14 he'll certainly be favourite for it, but it all, you know what 10 ball's like. I mean, it's just so much more difficult to get runouts, but whoever moves the ball the best is going to have the best chance of running out. Yeah. Aye, the problems is the actual picture on the screen. He's using a TV monitor, and it's all sort of stroby looking, so he's having difficulty finding the edge of balls. So the lead goes back to Spectredawn. A ball in the break. Well, once again, he's got a ball to start with, and he's tried to take a liberty there and improve the situation with the 8 ball, and he's done it slightly, and he's been fortunate to still have a shot in the 2. He took the risk. Well, it is a chance though, although Spectredawn is just struggling to get in shape here. It's all going to hinge on getting on this 5, you would think, and then getting on the 8 eventually. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil. I never even noticed you there, Keith. Oh, it's gone to that awkward spot again. Now, got to draw off it to avoid colliding. I think he's fine, but yeah, he can spin this around and get out, but not behind the 10 ball. I think is he going to be okay? Yes, he is. So finally we've got the breakthrough, which is what we've been waiting on, to see who is going to get that 2-rack lead. And the question is can Spectredawn move on from this point? So the pressure is immediate. It's on winkatme, and it's also a case of having an open table, a dry break from Spectredawn. Yeah, that's one of very few breaking runs, but winkatme is going to have to come up with the goods. He's going to be hard pushed here though. Cue ball's going to be running all over the shop here. Well, again, it all just depends on when you guys arrange your matches. I say there's what match is it? The one between Stubb and Interchange X. I'm unlikely to get that match, because I know that the two of them are in the States, and it's probably going to be the middle of the night, which is pointless for me. So those are the matches that I'll definitely miss. That's a good cut. Needs a break, needs to slow up. I think he's still got the cut. That has to bounce again. And now he's in the position where he can run out and has to do it. Can't afford to cock this up. Well, Wednesday, Thursday is fine for me. That isn't a problem because I'm off both days. And Tin, well, thanks to Tin's been forwarding the proposals to me. So as soon as you guys send a proposal and it's accepted, Tin's been forwarding them to me. I mean, I look at the bracket occasionally, but I check my emails a lot more often than I check the bracket, and I had like 4 or 5 emails this afternoon when I come home, and checked all of those. So it's Tin that's keeping me in touch with what's happening. Now Keith, talking about technical problems. Now that's McClarkey that's here in the chat at the moment. Now he'll tell you, he humped me 10-1 in the Snooker World Championships, because and this was the only mouse I had at the time, which is probably the reason that I've now got a dozen mice. And my mouse was on its last legs when I played in that tournament, and I did spectacularly well to actually win one frame. So I had my excuse. Well, winkatme still trailing by 1 and has the chance to get it back all square. Well, I've got the sneaking suspicion this could end up going all the way this is going. winkatme having to step up to the plate, trailing by 2. Can't let spectredawn get away, because then it gets more stressful when you're trying to catch up. So we're back to a tied ball game. Oh, good evening, Tin. You finally arrived in Twitch. You can finally chat. Never even noticed you. Yeah, there's the occasional rack where you'll see it's tilted slightly. It's all part of the parameters and the algorithms of the game to have that. And according to Steve, the balls are not all necessarily locked to one another either in the rack, to give you that randomness that you would sort of get in real life, or you know, especially depending on the state of the cloths. On some tables the balls tend to settle into the cloth through wear and tear. can get a clean shot in the 4. Now, what's he done here? Well, I presume he'll call the 7 or he'll call the bank, one of the two. Seven ball called, and where this cue ball's going and where the 5's going, he doesn't want to hit this too hard because he could end up the cue ball. Well, he's drawn off the 5 because he didn't want to squirt down the table and end up behind the 10 ball. He's run into the 10 and he's now created a problem for himself because the 10 and the 8 are locked up. Now, what can he do here? I think he's got too much angle to chip into these. I don't think he can get there, can he? The best thing he can do is pot the 6. I don't think he can do anything else. Oh well, he's managed to get there. I did not think he could get there. That's unlucky. Managed to chip the 10, open up the 8, and then ends up being hooked. So all you can do is call the kick, call the pocket, and cross your fingers. But it could be Winkatme going to the lead if Spectredawn doesn't get this hit and safe if it doesn't go in. Well, that's the worst outcome. So ball in hand, and it's a gift for Winkatme, and it's 3 racks in a row, and it's going to take him into the lead. So now the shoe's in the other foot. Can he capitalise and open up a gap from the break in rack number 14? Now that rack's straight. If you look at that, that's perfectly straight to me, which is probably why a ball went flying into the corner pocket there on the right hand side. But once again, no joy getting a ball, getting no shot at all, and only the push out. And he'll probably be playing again. I don't think Winkatme, well, he's looking to play it, but I think I'd be passing that back. Well, that kiss off the 6 has done him a favour, because that could have went all wrong. Now what have we got here? Well, we've got nothing. Oops, wrong button, guys, hang on a minute. Well, we know there's a 3-7 combo on, but Winkatme can't get at the 1. Is he going to get lucky? No, he isn't. So the 1 ball, the 3-7 combo, and every other ball is on. Where's the cue ball? Where's it going? Oh dear. Well, there's your first disaster at the wrong time. And ball in hand for Winkatme to drive home the advantage. Probably going to run into the 6 here. He wants to make sure he hits the 6. Doesn't want to skim past it. Could end up hooking himself there, but he's okay. So this is the one that's going to decide it. Can he get good on the 8? And I think the pace is good. It's perfect. So it is going to be Another rack on the board for Winkatme. The scratch from Spectredawn has cost him. And it's now 4 in a row for Winkatme. Was trailing by 6 racks to 4. And now he has that little safety net. And with the break, now that's tilted again, that one slightly. But he just cannot get this ball in the break. But other than that, all these balls are pretty good. They're quite well spread. And it's just a case of picking your way through them. Well, Spectredawn's took the risk there. He's got the pot, had to rely on luck to get on the 2. He's got that. And now he has to follow it up. Is he okay? I think he's fine. I thought he was going to be hampered there. Same old, same old. Don't get low on the 9, whatever you do. And that will do nicely. And Spectredawn has delivered. He had no other option. Had to get it done. And the way the balls were spread, it was always going to be the case. If somebody gets in, they should be running out. That's the sort of standard that we expect of these guys. That's tilted even more. So it's back to within 1. Seven ball gets kissed in by the 1. By the cue ball, sorry. Shot in the 1. And, well, not the 6. What was it? It was the 7. Oh, that's gone a wee bit. No, I thought he was on the 3. I'm panicking here. Well, he is on the 3, but that's the one that's gone astray. Got to call the bank here. I don't think he's got much of it. It's a really thin cut to get that in. Well, he's got it clean. Well, this Spectredawn going to get 2 quick runouts here. Well, this camera here is the default camera for down the table, I believe. I mean, I can do that, but every time I do this, it resets. And there's that other alternative which is even further out from the other end of the table. And there's the HUD gone again. And even when I press the reset to go back to the other camera, the HUD's now completely disappeared again. So that's the bug again. And there it's back with the right click. Well, Spectredawn has messed it up. Oh, and no sooner have I said that than Winkatme's done exactly the same thing. All that room to get anywhere in the table to see that 9 ball, and he's found himself right behind the 10. and spectredawn lives again if this doesn't go in. I mean, what's wrong with this view of the table? This view is perfectly okay. This is a standard view you'd have in any pool tournament on a stream, or on a television screen. This is the view that you get at the table most of the time. Well, this is now going to be all square again. Spectredawn has got out of jail big time. Well, there shouldn't be any problem potting this. Good evening, Albie. You going to play in this tournament, or you just signed up for the sake of having your name in the bracket? Two balls tracking, and it goes, but no shot. What else? And the 2 and the 3's gone, but no shot in the 1. That's good to know, because there's guys in this tournament want your hide, probably. I knew that would come. I knew that would come. I said the other night, when we said, oh, there's Albinario in the bracket, I said, well, his name's in it, but he might not show up. Probably locked down in shooter's pool. Cross bank called into the right middle. It's always on this one. Now again, anybody who has joined these streams, the one on YouTube is working, and presuming you can hear me okay. If you've been using the chat and you've not been seeing the chat on the live stream, that is because there is some sort of problem with the chat feeding through to Restream, who then post it all on my screen. So if you want to join the chat, then you'll have to join my Twitch channel instead. So if you just go to Twitch, and in the search bar at the top type in 9ball.com, and you should find something relating to my channel, and you can then join the live stream again, and you can participate in the chat if you so wish. That's going to scratch. That's a bit of an empty shot. I wish I had the replay button to show that again. No, you wait all night for the chat. The chat's not taking that long to come through in Twitch. Well, winkatme, is he going to be made to suffer for that shot? Because that was right out of the noob's safety shot, that one. And well, it's looking very likely. Well, you see, if you'd done that weeks and months ago, Tim, you wouldn't have had that problem. You need to cover your back for these sort of issues that sometimes come up. I mean, it could be the other way around. It could be sometime Twitch isn't working for some reason. But half an hour's not a long time. I wasn't even aware of that. I haven't looked to see what the restrictions are in the chat. I mean, you can put a delay on the chat so that, if somebody's typing something and then they want to type something else, you can stop them, just spamming the chat every 30 seconds by limiting the amount of time they have between making a post, but I can't be arsed with that. Well, this is a tester again, but this for the lead, and in it goes, and spectredawn has worked his way back into it, albeit with a great deal of help. Now that one looks straight again, but with a great deal of help from winkatme there. He'll be kicking himself for that shot that he played. But we're back to square one. Dry break city. Now, I'm going to say it now. Well, winkatme, he's gone awkward here, but he can draw off the 2 and get out into the table for the 3, but he should be running out here. I mean, you look at the way these balls are set. You pot the 6. There's got to be some way to go. Well, that's maybe changed it slightly, but there's got to be some way to get across behind the 7. Whether it be going off the 6 and around in behind the 7 that way, but there's a good chance of him running out here. So this next shot after this 5 ball, it's going to depend on how good he is on this 6. Now ideally he would like to pot the 5, go there and come out here, because then if you pot the 6 you can go that way and get on the 7 there. Well, winkatme's got different ways of doing things. Let's see what he can manufacture here, because he's got too high a cut angle in this 6 to run across, surely. Yeah, that was always going to be the problem. So he's played the pot from the wrong side. Had he actually done what I suggested, that would have made his life 100 times easier than what he's got now. Well, this is the decider really. If he gets this and gets the cue ball back up the table for the 8, then he's won the rack. But this is all your eggs in one basket with this sort of shot in this 7. This is by no means anything near easy, this one. Yeah, that's just asking too much, but the problem was in the way the last shot was played. But he's pretty much got away with it. There we go. Get the distance. If you don't get the cover, get the distance. And that always makes a big difference in trying to get a safety off this 7, trying to get it thin. Well, this could end up pretty good if it keeps spinning and running. I don't think it's going to get there, but again, same thing. This time spectredawn's got the same problem. Now he could kick in behind this 7. Well, he hasn't done, but the end result is good. That's a good shot. So spectredawn with the 1 rack lead, and he's favourite at the moment for this one, because winkatme is looking for the kick. He's called a pocket, which is always the right thing to do, and the safety or the kick safe has worked out. Oh, he's gone all out for the cut. He's got it, and the 8 ball's hanging over the pocket. So it's 8 till 9. If he can get there, he's fine. So it's going to be a 2 rack lead, but it's gone back to spectredawn. But he's the first to get to double figures, and we're now heading to the business end, and the pressure now all on winkatme. Another straight rack. but of course it's winner breaks, and Spectredawn has got a ball, and I think it's the same outcome again. He's not got a shot. Can he squeeze enough of that to pot it? Got to have a wee bit of right hand side on this to spin around the 6 to try and get to the potting angle. Is it worth taking that risk? Because I don't think that's the potting angle. He can't get there, but he can with a wee bit of spin. That's what he's trying, just a wee bit of bend. Maybe not as much as that though. No, I think he's more inclined to look for the safety, and he'll take that. He'll be happy with that one. Yeah, well, that's the bit of luck you need. It was a difficult shot to judge. So winkatme is well, where's he going to find any sort of angle to get near this one? Now, once again, is it not maybe worthwhile trying to tie up a couple of balls and just concede ball in hand? But he seems convinced he can get to this one, but I think it would have been better picking something to tie up. Now the alarm bells should be ringing here for winkatme. Spectredawn, if he can get this 4 ball and he can get up onto that 5, the alarm bell should be ringing a bit louder. Needs to miss the 6. Oh well, he's still got the thin cut, but it's having to pull out the bedhead type shots to stay at the table here. Big high cuts is not the order of the day, but I mean, let's be honest, he's going to be entirely unlucky not to have a shot in the 6 if he gets this. And it's hung up, and winkatme breathes a sigh of relief. Can he take this out? But stuck in the pocket, you just have to get the draw on it to get out. 10's been knocked into play, still got a thin cut in the 6. Got to be on this 7 ball. There's no way he can't have a shot on it, but he has to get this done. Cannot make any error now. Now, I did say earlier, this has it had a pattern where it was looking like it could go all the way, but winkatme is going to have to start motoring rather quickly here, because he's running out of racks, and he has to get this one done first, and then he's hoping for a ball and a shot. That's all he's asking. So back to within 1, and with the break and a straight rack, 2 ball all around the angles and into the top left, 6 ball into the bottom left, and a shot in the 1. Or what the hell's that up there? I thought that was a 1 ball. It's a bloody 9. Oh Jesus. Well, he's going to have to call the 7. He hasn't done it yet, but that, well, he's not doing it. He's playing safe, trying to lock up behind the 7, and he's got there. Well, from a distance here, if you only see the white part of the ball and where I'm looking and the colour of the cloth, I can't see the yellow ring of the 9 ball. It looks like the like the 1 ball from here. Oh well, it's gone safe again. Well, this rack could have a big bearing on the outcome of the match. Oh, he's gone too heavy. But look at where, I think he's okay though. I thought he'd left the 1 on, but he's actually got away with it. Well, the pressure's building for both players here with this rack, because it's so important now, and it's not necessarily going to be deciding who wins a rack by potting the 1 ball, because the 3 ball, obviously we know what the score is this side, but you really want to be that side to get this 3 ball. So Winkatme's going for the long kick, called the pocket. You never know. Well, the 1 is definitely on now, and the draw, he's got a slight angle, but the slight angle's enough to try and get out, but he couldn't get enough into it. Now he can just, well, he could use the 9 as a stopper, but he doesn't want to leave a combo when he does that, and he's made sure of that. Now, who's that name? Kobe what? Well, he's going all out for the cut there in the 3, hasn't got it, and it's ended up dead straight for spectredawn. Making sure he didn't overdraw it, so he's got the cut. Well, I think this is it's more than alarm bells now if spectredawn could take this out. Goodness me, how did that ball go in at that angle? What a lifeline for Winkatme. I mean, that is amazing that that ball found that middle pocket. And, well, if he can't get on the 10 ball here, now he should be just taking his time, getting it lined up. But believe it or not, we're going to be all square. Now that could be the shot that turns the match here. It really could be. That's how that ball scratched, I don't know. I mean, you know what these pockets are like from an angle. I mean, it just found a direct line to go into that pocket and no more. And lo and behold, Winkatme's got the break and get no ball again. No. Was that a serious statement? I think Sylvia is a far better player than LS3. far more experience than LS3 in virtual pool. I don't know who we're talking to because I've never seen the name before. It's obviously somebody that plays VP4 that doesn't want anybody to know them. Anyway, I'm not interested. I'm more interested in what's going on here. Spectredawn. It's a no-miss situation now. 10 racks all. Spectredawn must be human. Never heard of that name. He's way the wrong side of this 8 ball. Cue ball's moving again, but everywhere in the table he can go. Well, I thought that scratch by Spectredawn may well change the course of the match, but he's held himself together here so far. That's the best way of getting out of that situation, is running out in the next rack. But look what he's done here. Well, he's just gone a wee bit too far, so he's going to have to pick that line. And it goes, no problem. And so Spectredawn is back into the lead in this race to 14. Straight rack again. 2 ball going in. And no shot in the 1. Never heard of that name either. We're talking about people I've never seen play VP3 or VP4. Well, winkatme is called to push out. Probably bank the 1 back behind the 8. Try and hide up in this bottom left hand corner. That's what he's looking to do. Oh, that kiss off the 9 in the spin. Oh, that's nasty. That is really nasty. Has he got the cover right behind that 3? Oh, maybe not. No, he hasn't. Just enough showing. But this time, Spectredawn, easy enough kick to get that ball, but he's left the 1 on. Now, what ball's that at the top of the table? Is that the 4? Yes, it is. So, winkatme's got to go off the right rail, left rail and back out to find that gap. Now, what the hell was he trying to do there? Well, that's got me baffled. I don't know what he tried to do there, because I thought he was cutting the 1 across the table twice, back across to leave a shot in a 3, and well, anybody who knows what was going through winkatme's head there, you can tell me, because I haven't worked it out. That has got me really stumped, because Spectredawn at the table at his mercy. He's going to pot the 5. Well, it was a weird safety attempt. I don't know why he didn't fancy the cut. I mean, the cut was well on, and he might pay for that dearly here. And all that Spectredawn can do is just roll through and come out for that 8 into the middle. That was a strange shot choice there by winkatme. It really baffled me, that one. I still don't understand why he didn't fancy the cut. That cut was on every day of the week. Across the table twice, get yourself on the 3 and run out. So if it was the attempted safety, then it's backfired big time. He's trailing by 2. And if spectredawn can get a ball here and get a shot, winkatme's in the last chance saloon. But it's dry, and there's a cut in the 1, and provided he can come through the traffic at the bottom of the table, there's no problem getting on the 2, and everything else is open. So we know what he wants to do, we know what he needs to do, and he knows it. And if he doesn't, spectredawn will be sitting in the hill. Oh dear, winkatme's lost the plot here. He's fallen apart at the wrong time. Or she's fallen apart at the wrong time. She's having a blonde moment. But it's gone safe, but well, spectredawn tried to lock the 9 and the 7 up. He's failed in that. And of course, winkatme now with ball in hand simply has to deliver. He has to do it. So roll through in the 2. It looks like a roll in the 3 and a long 4. I don't know whether he can. Yeah, it's got to be the long 4 into that corner there, and he'll be on the 5 and across into the gap or over here for the 6. So that's the plan for the way out here. So he's going to nudge the 10 and leave himself on that 5. So the one that's going to decide, oh dear, can you believe it? He hasn't got into it enough, I don't think, has he? He hasn't. Has he got it? Yes, he has, just by the skin of his teeth. But the shot now is 10 times more difficult because he's backed into the corner. He's got to pot the 6, and how does he get on this 7? This has got to be thumped big time to get anywhere near this 7 ball. Well, in this situation, yeah, it's just asking too much. He's got to play the safety, and that will do. So the tension is building. 12 racks to 10 for spectredawn, and winkatme trying to get his act together to be able to take this out, because he's got the chance. Well, simple shot here, just roll it in and make sure you roll through far enough. But the further you go, the closer to that side rail you go. But he's left a good angle. The angle is good. It's all about the pace and how far that cue ball's going to travel to get nice on the 10, and that will do. That's perfect. So he's back to within 1, and again he's hoping and praying for a ball and a shot. That's all you want. And I'd be changing my break, I'd be doing something different. You never know. Well, 7 balls gone in, and of course the 1 ball's gone safe. He's going to play the chip onto the 2 but it's more likely going to be just for a safety than anything, I think, here. Yeah, that's the right idea, and that is very nice. That's a good shot. But the other thing is that the 2 and 6 are now locked up. And that's a pretty good reply and a good result there for spectredawn. That's excellent. Now whatever you do, don't do anything to nudge your ball over to that 6 and 2. That little cluster was always going to come in handy, but winkatme can play this shot with the knowledge that he's going to be nowhere near the 2 and 6, so he's not going to do any damage there. But spectredawn certainly will, because he's got ball in hand from the scratch, and he's going to place this cue ball so he can pot the 1 and get the breakout. Well, he's going to play the combo, or is he? Yeah. Well, the combo's dead set. And the 1 ball still in play. Well, this match started, what, 93 minutes ago. Well, I think he's going to be playing it so that he's going to be disturbing something here, unless he comes back far enough for this 5. But he's going to be running in to that 10 and possibly the 8, but he has to make sure, again, he has to make sure he doesn't baby this, because he could end up behind the 10. Yeah, he's played it right. Oh, look what's happened here though. Now the 9 and 10 are locked up, so winkatme has a lifeline for the moment. And it's gone, well, reasonably safe, but the cue ball has to go far enough up the table to try and create a combo here, and it's a big cut on that 9 to the 10 to try and make that as a combo. There is enough gap to do it though, but if he bangs this 8 ball full blooded to cut it, he can come across and try and get the split. I think he can. He's going to have to bang this big time to get that 8 ball into the pocket. And he's tried for the split, hasn't got it. So now it all hinges on picking this line, and he's actually probably in the best position to play this shot here. Well, let's have a look in a second. That's the shot that he wants to do, from there across the 10, and he's played it well. And he's now on the hill. Good evening, Slim. Well, you arrived at the right time, because spectredawn is on the hill, needs 1 more, and well, winkatme has it all laid out in front of him. He knows exactly what he has to do. So the dry break again, and I think that well, he's got to nail him right behind this 4. He can push the 1 through, and he can stick him right on the 4. Well, I don't know why he's looking around the table, because I would have already had played the shot Just push it right through. Well, this is maybe far too risky. What the hell's he trying here? He's called a 10. He's scratched. That's the worst possible shot he could ever have played. I mean, he had to lock him up behind the 4. And he's scratched by playing some stupid attempt at some sort of combo in the 10. It's just crazy. And now he's got ball in hand with a combo in the 10 for the match. Well, wink at me, everything has gone tits up in the last few racks, but that is the worst shot of the night that he played there, and spectredawn has given him a lifeline. He's missed the combo in the 10, but I think wink at me needs a rub down with a damp flannel to come to his senses here, because that was just some sort of crazy shot he had in mind. When the little push through and lock up onto the 4 ball was a shot. And what happened there? I mean, he played the pot, didn't he? Yeah. Well, is he going to gather his thoughts and get concentrating? So it's just, this is a testy little cut, this 4 ball, and the 6 goes, so there's nothing to do but stun up the table to about the middle pocket. Oh, he's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. Well, I mean, the worst thing you can do in that shot is underhit it, because you've still got a simple enough shot in the 6, but he's overhit it and made it doubly difficult. Now it needs to stop. It needs to stop. He's dead straight and he can only go forward. He's going to try and slam it in and keep it in play. But look what he's ended up doing here. I mean, this is crazy. Why he put so much draw on it, I don't know. But he's going to have to dig out a thin cut in the 8. Well, wink at me, certainly. Well, that's it. That's got to be game over. He certainly found ways to get himself in a whole heap of trouble. And, well, it's easy enough to just chip that in, no problem. Where's the cue ball going, though? Oh, well. Is it a final lifeline here for wink at me? Is he actually? I mean, strange things happen in these matches. I mean, this 9 ball, he's calling it into the middle. What a shot, and what a way to lose the match. Wink at me. Don't watch this video if you want to keep whatever senses you've got, because you have just blown yourself out the match in the last few racks with some of the shot choices. Strange in my opinion, but I mean, well, it still puzzles me why he didn't play the safety first of all behind that 4 ball. That was so simple to play. He might have a good valid reason for it, but I can't see what it was. But anyway, spectredawn has won the match 14 racks to 11. We're going to have a quick look and a reminder of this bracket. Just give us a second, guys, before I go. In fact, hold on to get this result, bring that up. That's what we're looking for. what was the last game I played? Oh aye, that was that match of Cowboy before the stream started. See how long this internal bracket takes? I don't even think it's searching. I don't see anything in the bracket, in the URL. No, I think it's broke. Let me try something else, hold on. See, that one's working, so that's maybe another bug. Anyway, quick look. So here's something to put in your diaries, guys. We've got the Moz match 11 PM tomorrow night between Moz and Legit Matthew, whom I've never seen play, but I'm imagining that Moz should win that comfortably. We've got Mr. Bill and Albinario to agree on their match. That's another good match, but of course that's a second round match, so there's no hurry for those guys to get underway. We've got other matches that haven't been set yet. We've got McClarkey and VP Monster. McClarkey was on earlier. They're hoping to arrange their match. Yeah, that one that Steve sent me. It doesn't function in the sense that you can go into a room from the bracket. The little circle thing doesn't take you to a room. That's the other fault that's in it. And then we have the match between Semi-Pro and Keith tomorrow night, and that's at 6 PM. I'll be there for that one. And we've also got the match between Cobra and Bedhead, which I'm sure is what did we decide that was? Tomorrow's the 1st, so tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday's the 2nd, Thursday's the 3rd, Friday, it is, it's Saturday at 2 PM UK time. I'll be there for that one as well. And we've still got a match to arrange between Interchange X and Stub, but again, being second round, there's no hurry because these guys have got up until September the 13th to get those matches done. Mooncake to play Chiku, whenever that will be. Sergaresh is already through to the 3rd round, and of course spectredawn is through, and he will play the winner of who the hell will they play the winner of? PR Jerry or Shaft Tracks. And well, they've got until September the 5th to arrange those matches for the 1st round. And if we get anything else set, yeah, we've got this Christian match between him and Niederad. I don't think I've really seen any of those two play, but they're scheduled for 8 PM tomorrow night. So with that, folks, that is us up to date. Winkatme maybe needs to, I don't know what he needs to do or what he or she needs to do, but seemed to lose focus towards the end of that match big time, and the shot choices were strange to me, and that's how he ended up losing. So it's a win for spectredawn, and Winkatme's going to have to work his way through that one loss side, and we've got these big matches to look forward to. I'm looking forward to them. I hope you can join us, more than likely on Twitch and not on YouTube, for the foreseeable future. So until we meet again, folks, take care, stay safe, keep your distance, and I'll bid you good night, and thanks again for watching.